Which figure should I choose? All of them are good. Can't go wrong with the king. Crud. Hey, my name is Goro, and today we'll be taking a look at the Hiya Toys pre-evolved Godzilla from Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. Let's get into it. Alright, so before we talk about the figure, let's talk about the box design. So I'm going to take off Goji, and I'm going to put the box onto the screen. So big it doesn't even fit in the frame. This is an amazing box design in my opinion. I love how Hiya Toys has been doing their box designs. I'm going to take my camera off. And it's really cool. Now the figure does not come with any accessories. That's why I'm going to skip to articulation in the next segment. But the box design is pretty cool. This is the front. Let's take a look at the top. This is it. That's a horrible noise. The side, the back, and then the other side has the same exact text, if I remember right. Yeah. And the bottom. Flip it over so you guys can actually look at the text. Pretty cool box. Pretty creative. With the pink smoke and blue lightning. I've never seen a box design like this, actually. I do not own any other box that looks quite like this, but hey, that adds more uniqueness to Hiya Toys figure style. Alright, let's start out with articulations. There's going to be a ball joint at the head. Every ball joint can be a swivel. You can get a full 360 at the head. Don't know why you'd want to, but hey, it's there. There is a hinge joint at the jaw, which can open that far, and a tongue hinge joint, which is very, very tiny, but you can see it right there. Yeah. There is going to be a ball joint at the base of the neck, which allows for Goji to look up that far. Look down, almost not at all, but still some. And really good side to sides, by the way. These three pieces right here are all floating pieces, so they, you can realign them. You can make certain ones swivel. You can realign them all. Do all kinds of stuff. I've seen some really good examples of that motion and stop motion with this figure, and it's really cool. There is going to be a ball joint at the base of the shoulder. It's going to allow for a full 360 right there. I said a full 360. Come on. Then there will be a single jointed elbow, which allows for a 90-degree bend. But when posing the elbow, be wary about moving the elbow too far out, because it will look unnatural if you do. You can see that looks like I've just dislocated Goji's arm. His elbow. Same thing. So be wary of that when posing or doing stop motions. There's going to be a ball joint at the base of the wrist, just the wrist. And be careful. These fingers are sharp. They really will hurt. Speaking of sharp, let's go to the waist. There is going to be a ball joint. Now, I have seen 360 rotations at the waist, but since my copy is such a tight figure, I am not even going to try. Just know that there is a 360. It will allow that ball joint, will allow for an okay crunch. Whew, making me use my muscles. And if you slide these two dorsal plates, or if you slide this one in between these two, you can actually get more of an arcing back. Did not mean to do that with the camera, but hey, it helped show that. Which paired with the neck movement will help for any like King of the Monsters poses that you want to get. So that's pretty cool. Going back, there is going to be a ball joint at the thigh. Let's move the arm out of the way. You can get a full 360 there. Sorry about my hands, they're a bit large, but hey, it's the only thing I can do this with. There is going to be a double jointed knee, but because of Godzilla having such thunder thighs, it's going to be limited. You can see I moved it out there, and then there. Double joint. There is going to be a ball joint at the foot. It can be swiveled all around, but like I said, because my figure and my copy is so tight, I'm not even going to try to do most 360s with tight joints. There is a slight pivot. I'll show that once I get him back here. There's a slight pivot. Not much, but hey, it's getting something. And for the best part of any Godzilla figure that's fully articulated, the tail. I counted beforehand, before recording, 9 segments of articulation, so you get some nice and curvy poses pretty easily. However, with my copy, I'm gonna go full more in-depth on this. Be wary. That comes off really easily, but if you do want to get a cool pose, I've seen some people they'll have like a building here, so like having Goji's tail wrap around it, and you can have Godzilla sort of stand there, so you can have the tail closer to the camera and Goji standing back, allowing for more size. Makes them look a lot larger. Alright, let's move on to the sculpt. And man, it's good. You can see every wrinkle. You can see every scale. You can see every scoop. Every dent into the dorsal fins. You can see everything. And it's amazing. Hiya Toys has been doing such an amazing job at sculpting their figures, not to mention giving them articulation. I would be happy if this was just a statue, but it's not. It's something more. It's an articulated figure, and I'm really happy that Hiya Toys has been able to step into the figure area, because man, do we need it. If you can hear any thunder, it's thundering right now. It's rain season here in Florida, but I mean, the sculpt is it's point on. It's point on. I mean, it's just Godzilla. It's just legendary Godzilla. And another thing that adds on to the sculpt is the painting. The painting is amazing. It has that charcoal gray that we know Godzilla has for many years now. There is going to be a tiny painted eye. Last time I tried to record, because this has taken multiple times, I was not able to get it to focus on Godzilla's eye, but and it doesn't seem like it wants to. Oh, there we go. There we go. You can see the iris is a tiny, tiny painted orange. A tiny, tiny iris. It's insane. And you can also see that pupil right there. Like, it's just the paint, man. The paint. On the paint on the, taking a closer look right now. Yeah, I mean, the paint on the teeth are amazing as well. Much better than what SH Monster Arts has been putting out. I can say that. I mean, sure, there are some areas that look like globs of paint. Sure, some teeth look like they should have been white or gray, whatever color Godzilla's teeth are, I forget. And they're not, they're the salmon color that his mouth is. Salmon, I guess. I mean, mouth colored. Which is a little downgrade, but it seems like Hiya Toys has been working on that with some of their other figures, and that's good. It's really, let's get into customer service here. Hiya Toys has been listening to every single person's input and details on their figures, and they have been implementing the good things and taking out the bad things. They're just listening to the fans, and they're making anything they can. They have affordable figures at amazing prices. The figures are amazing. And, like, comparing it to SH Monster Arts, the one thing that their GxK line, besides for Hiya Toys Shimo and Kong, which I have not gotten, but I will soon. I will be getting Shimo. I don't know about Kong though. I'm sort of broke after G-Fest. G-Fest was fun. I'll make a video on that. But like, they've just been throwing SH Monster Arts under the bus, running them over and feeding them to the vultures. I mean, it's really just sad how SH Monster Arts has been doing it. And, I mean, Bandai needs to listen to the fans. Really step up your game, SH. But, out of my little rant, let's go on with Solidity. Hiya Toys, you almost had it. You almost had it fully. Just one part, and this isn't even really a complaint, actually. It's more like a suggestion. This part comes off way too easily for me. It's the 6th segment of the tail, and it comes off way too easily for my preference. I would like to... I want a figure that I can throw around my room. Like, that durable. And Hiya Toys has been actually doing that lately. The one figure of theirs that I am afraid to throw around the room is King Ghidorah. But that's obviously because his wings. Now this isn't really a problem for me. I mean, it just plugs back in real easily. I mean, there it goes. Super easily. It's just like, it could have been perfect. It wasn't. Now, that might be useful for photographers. I wouldn't specifically call myself a kaiju photographer, but I do like taking a lot of photos. You can see that on my posts on YouTube, or my channel, which you're watching, by the way. But you can see all those if you want to after the review. Please keep on watching. I beg you. But anyway, like I said in the articulation segment, you can pop it off, put his tail sort of around the building, so wrapping around it, and have this segment of the tail over here, which would allow for different size ranges, like having Godzilla be further away, but showing that his tail is so large compared to the building. And I think that is a really cool idea. Just, not something I would have liked in a fully articulated figure. Just my thoughts. Alright, for size comparisons, I don't have a ruler or anything currently, but I do know his measurements. Pretty sure. He is a 7-inch tall figure. His length is around 10 inches or 9. Very big figure. Very hefty as well. Let's compare him with some stuff. So, right here, I have I would use Godzilla, or this Godzilla for my first, person to use for my size comparisons, but because we're reviewing him first, for the first review ever, he's going to be he's just gonna be there, and we're gonna skip over him, unfortunately. Wish I had more Hiya Toys figures. Well, I do, it's just the only other one, basically, I have, God forbid I bring him out here, is King Ghidorah. And he won't fit in my recording, unfortunately. Here is the Dilophosaurus Weatherelli from Beast of the Mesozoic. Let's see if I can get in the stand. There we go. And also from Creative Beast Studios, that's the Beast of the Mesozoic 1/18th scale Dilophosaurus Weatherelli. And here is the Cyberzoic Achilobator Giganticus. Very big figures, by the way. Very good figures. I will be reviewing the Achilobator and the Dilo soon. The Achilobator's around the size, a tiny bit bigger, but around the size of the Amber Collection Raptors, and the Dilo is about the same size, so if that helps any. Here is a Psittacosaurus from the same line, Beast of the Mesozoic. There we go. Next to the Achilobator, actually we can put him right here. He is a tinier figure, more like the size of, well, it doesn't really fit in any of the sizes. Oh well, can't tell you guys his size. I will be grabbing some Monsterverse figures in just a second. Alright, here is an older figure, the NECA 2019 Atomic Breath version Goji, which is a 6-inch figure, 6-inch tall figure. This is actually the figure that got me into collecting Godzilla. So, got him at New York, random comic store. Remember the memory ever since. It was real cool. Let me grab another figure. Here is the NECA jungle or island version King Kong, 1993. He is a 7 to 8-inch figure, around that size range. Very big figure, by the way. You think they would shrink him down, but apparently Godzilla was the one that was shrunk down for the NECA line. Here is a Joy Toy Warhammer 1/18th scale Space Marine. for comparisons. He is around a 5-inch figure, if you're counting at the tip of the jetpack. And lastly, but definitely not least, here are some other figures that I have bought. Now, I know I was just hating on SH Monster Arts for a second there, but here is an SH Monster Arts. This is their Gamera Rebirth, which is also around the 5.5 inch figure. 6 inch if you get him standing on his feet. And SH Monster Arts Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong. Let me grab him. How am I going to place him? There we go. Yeah. Very cool. Oh, by the way, SH Monster Arts Kong is around another 5-inch figure. 5.5 inch. Alright, for another size comparison, I've moved Goji a bit. This is actually editing Goro, because I found some more figures I can put some size comparisons with him. So here is a McFarlane DC toy. Just a McFarlane. And here is a Marvel. Hey, editing Goro here. Back at it with some more size comparisons, because I actually found some more figures to compare sizes with. This is a Marvel Legends, so about a 6-inch figure. And here is a McFarlane Toys. Here is a Halo Collection Raptor. These are 1/18 scale, by the way. So this will basically be like Beasts of the Mesozoic and Cyberzoic in the Warhammer toys. There's the Raptor. SH Figure Arts. By the way, SH Figure Arts Goku right here is around a 5.5 inch figure, and well, at the base of his head, his hair adds on. And the Raptor is about a 3 to 4 inch figure. Here is a Blocky's Optimus Prime. These are the tiny model kit figures. These are 3-inch figures. 3, 4. Alright, let's go to my overall thoughts. And those thoughts are, the figure is an amazing piece to add to your collection. It doesn't have as much articulation as an SH Monster Arts, sure. But what you're getting versus what you're paying for, Hiya Toys steals the competition and pushes it into SH Monster Arts' face. I would rate this figure a 3.5 out of 5. And a must-have for any Godzilla fans collection. Amazing figure. And, I would buy it again. Alright, and, that will be it for today's review. If you liked what you watched, then please leave a like, and do leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this figure. Thanks for watching until the end. And until the next time Tokyo turns into Godzilla's playset, the future dragons of Gaia 2 and the past dinosaurs of Earth collide, or some appliances become more than meets the eye. See y'all next time. Goro out.